Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video, honey. Game on to get my rapper chain on. Game on. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. So, someone commented on one of my videos, one of Cardi's troll, saying that, oh, you're just jealous of Cardi B. You want her man. And honey, I did a video dragging that you know what. And my phone screen just cut off on the video. Where did it go? I don't know. And I'm like, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. So I've been sitting back for the past 2 hours and I've been praying and I've been saying, Lord, is it that you wanted me to say something else? Or should I not respond? And I said, let me think about it. And I'm like, I want to respond. And I get the feeling that I should respond because the comment that that person said, it really did not make any sense. They're saying, I want Cardi B's man. And they commented Stefon Diggs specifically. Offset is Cardi B's man. Do you guys realize that Cardi B can take all those girls that Offset was cheating with to court and still can for ruining her marriage? Can she do that to Stefon Diggs? No, she can't. Because they do not have a covenant. And even if Cardi B should enter into a covenant with Stefon Diggs, she met Diggs in a particular way. And there were many women having babies the same time as Cardi B. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. Right? Stefon Diggs is worse than Offset. Offset isn't as bad as he is at this moment. It may seem as though he is as bad as he is. But you know what led to Offset falling off so badly? Takeoff's passing. Takeoff's passing. And I want you guys to check the facts for yourself. At first I didn't get it because I was saying Offset wasn't like this, you know. And I looked back and I started looking back at Offset over the years. Offset has dealt with the passing of loved ones before. I hate to say that. It sounds a bit weird. Like he's in a cycle of that nature. But he has dealt with the passing of loved ones before, but something about Takeoff's passing that really knocked him. And then he had, you know, a little bit of a disagreement with Quavo, which he said that they have rectified at this point. But Offset, I'm not saying he's good. He's not as bad as he seems at this point. And I think he needs to just get clean, get some therapy, and he'll be back on his A game. He'll be back on his A game, right? But also, you know, when that person said, I'm gonna try to find the comment, right? I remember what the person said specifically. They said that I want Cardi B's man. Stefon Diggs is not Cardi B's man, honey. Stefon Diggs is a community penis, right? Stefon Diggs is a man that's available to any girl with a BBL, a breast augmentation who wants him. And if you don't have a BBL or a breast augmentation, you would have to be born in, you know, with that kind of body and a pretty face. I don't got a BBL. I don't have a breast augmentation. I'm a tiny girl plus steroids. I say that like it's funny, but it's not. But the thing is, you people are lost. Some of you. And when I speak in general terms, please don't think that I'm talking about all of you guys. I'm talking about the specific comments and people who have been leaving comments like that. Those people are lost. They are clueless individuals because I don't know what they're looking at, but they think that because Stefon Diggs has 101 baby mama, they think that my self-esteem is so low that I want to join the sister wives camp. I don't want to join the sister wives camp. I don't. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. I don't even like sharing a drink. Not even with my close friends. I don't like to share a drink with my close friends from a bottle or a glass because I don't know if any of the saliva is going to go in the drink and then I'm going to drink it. I don't like to share those stuff. Okay? You know what Cardi B and Stefon Diggs has going on over there? It is 1 teaspoon stirring everyone's. It's 1 teaspoon in everyone's teacup. And it's not being washed. And when I say it's not being washed, I don't mean literally not being washed. It's just dipping. So let's say coffee's over here, right? I love the theatrics. And you guys know I love the theatrics, right? So you know what I'm about to do. Okay, so I did science, I did performance arts, visual arts, and I did a lot of stuff. I'm a bit of a nerd, but Graves' disease has got me, but there's still some fire there, okay? So, to the girl who said I want Stefon Diggs, I'm only going to use 2 cups to demonstrate something to you. These are not hot waters, they're cold water. I didn't want to make hot water and stuff because I'm going to dump all of these in the sink. So this is coffee and this is black tea, right? If you notice, I have 2 cups, right? 2 cups. But what do you notice? It's 1 spoon. This spoon represents Stefon Diggs. So this cup is Cardi B and this cup is Aileen Lopera, right? So for now, Cardi B and Aileen, they are at the forefront and center, but there are several other cups. So the chef could be, a chocolate, hot chocolate, and the other girls could be a myriad of other teas, strawberry, rose hip and hibiscus and all of that stuff going on. But there's this 1 spoon, right? So the spoon is Stefon Diggs. Do you see coffee on the spoon, right? You see the coffee on the spoon. So this is Cardi B. So Stefon Diggs is with Cardi B. Do you see the coffee on it? This is Cardi B. So the spoon is Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is smashing Cardi B, Aileen Lopera. So do you notice what happens when the coffee goes into the black tea? You see that washed off in the black tea, right? Oh, my angles are weird. You see that, right? So Aileen Lopera over here is not just Aileen Lopera anymore. Aileen Lopera is now Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and Aileen Lopera, right? And then, do you notice? It still has some coffee on it, right? And it still has the black tea, but because the black tea is not like the coffee, you can't see where it's going to go over now to Miss Hot Chocolate, the chef. So when Stefon Diggs goes over to Hot Chocolate, the chef, you're going to have Cardi B going over to the chef. You're going to have Aileen Lopera, the black tea, going over to the chef who is the chocolate, right? So now we have Stefon Diggs going over to the chef. We have Cardi B going over to the chef. So, and the black tea is going over to the chef, which is Aileen Lira, and the chef is hot chocolate. And then after Stefon Diggs, the spoon goes over to the hot chocolate. Some of the hot chocolate will be on the spoon. So you're going to have the coffee on the spoon. You're going to have the black tea on the spoon. You're going to have the hot chocolate on the spoon. Plus Stefon Diggs, who's the spoon himself. And he's going to go over to another baby mama, right? So that's 3 different hot beverages going over to baby mama number 4, or smasher number 4, or the girl who is smashing number 4, and he's a spoon. So he has Cardi B on him, he has Aileen on him, he has the chef on him, and he's taking them all with him to baby number 4. So everyone is sleeping with everyone, and everyone is exchanging and connecting fluids, because evidently he goes, is this spoon coated in anything? Is it wrapped in any plastic? Is there any protection on the spoon? No, because if you go from black tea to coffee, black tea is going to go into the coffee, and if you go from coffee to black tea, what do you see? You see some sediments, and that's not just body fluid, that's also spirituality being crossed right there. Boundaries of spirituality being crossed right there. And men who tend to sleep around a lot like that tends to have sex demons, and he's letting demons on. Those demons are crossing over into territory. So he takes his demons to Cardi B, and he takes Cardi B's demons along with his over to Aileen, because they all. And this is why when they say you are to pray every day, put on the full armor of God. And this is why I tell people, even if you're a stripper on the pole, put on the full armor of God. Pray every day. Read your Bible. Even if you don't get to read your Bible, pray. Because when you're in that kind of environment, there's so many different energies. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. And if you notice, you'll see some of the coffee floating around. This is Aileen. Some of Cardi B floating around in Aileen. Should that be happening? No. So, when people, let me put this away. So, when people are in my comment section saying that I want Stefon Diggs, it's like me walking into a restaurant and eating out of everyone's plate. Why would I want that for myself? Why would I want that for myself? My self-esteem is not low. I'm not a little girl. And these little girls, their self-esteem, Gen Z, their self-esteem is not low. They'll tell you that they messed up and they did and they're not staying in such a situation for so long to the point where they're going to have the baby and stay. Absolutely not. So telling me that I'm jealous of a community penis and I want a community penis, I don't know if you think that I'm the kind of person that does anything for money. There's nothing attractive about Stefon Diggs in my eyes. There's nothing attractive about him in my opinion. He is an attractive guy, but he's not attractive for me. I love a man, and I love a man who you can look at and you can say that guy looks very masculine. Even if he's going to be into grooming, and when I say grooming, always doing skincare, taking care of his hair, ensuring that his fingers are clean, getting his mani-pedi, I'm all into that. But sometimes you look at Stefon Diggs and you don't know which side of the fence he's on. And I'm not lying. And community penises tend to be like that. They tend to be like that. They tend to be hard to detect if they're on the right or if they're on the left. You can't tell what side of the fence they're on. I think this is how I was supposed to do the video, because in the first video, honey, I went off. I went in. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of married women today. They are with multi-millionaires and billionaires, and those women are in luxurious prison with labels. You know, they have designer labels. The makeup artist comes to them. The hairdresser comes to them. The boutique comes to them. Someone takes care of the home, cooking, and they have to just stay inside. They can't go anywhere unless the husband gives them permission to. And when they go to public events, it is just her and her husband. And she may see her husband one weekend out of each month. And you know what else those wives do? They have a history. They walk into a doctor's office at least 3 to 4 times a year. And when that doctor sees them, the doctor grabs the prescription pad immediately, right? The doctor grabs the prescription pad immediately. And she comes in her designer perfume, designer outfit, hair well done, makeup, and everything. She has stopped crying at this point because she's so accustomed to getting STDs and STIs from her husband, and she can't go nowhere. And the doctor is so accustomed to her at this point that as she steps in, he takes up the prescription pad. Hi! What's up, Carla? How are you today? It is so beautiful to see. How's the family? But the doctor is just being diplomatic, right? And this doctor is saying inside, oh my God, I wonder which one, she's coming with this time. Yes, so how have you been? You look beautiful. And the doctor will know that she looks tired and she looks stressed. And the doctor may ask, have you been sleeping well lately, getting enough fluids and stuff? They may ask 2 to 3 quick questions and say, okay, so what's going on? Tell me what's going on. And she'll say, sounds like gonorrhea. And the doctor says, not to worry, I got you. I'm going to write you this and I'm going to write you that and I'm going to give you an injection immediately. And she gets her prescription and she's not going to fill the prescription. And sometimes too, there's an assistant with the wife and the prescription is written in the assistant's name and the doctor is right there. The assistant is right in the room and the assistant has to sign an NDA before getting that job. So when the prescription is written, it is written in the assistant's name and the assistant knows that these things are going to be on her medical history with an NDA, right? And the assistant, the chauffeur drives the wife and the assistant to the pharmacy. The wife is going to sit in the back of the car, wait on the assistant to get into the car with the medication. And that's her life. That's the life that these girls lives. STD, STIs and those things, it is rampant in celebrity circle. It is rampant in entertainer circle. You know where those things are not rampant? In the strip club and in the streets of prostitution. Can you believe that? It's not rampant in the strip club and in the streets of prostitution, but it's rampant in the circle of celebrities, in the marital homes. And it was so bad that they had to have several campaigns of encouraging wives to force their husbands to wear a condom. Condom in marriages. You all can look up that campaign. So if you think that I am jealous for a lifestyle that is so nasty and disgusting, you are equally as nasty and as disgusting as all of them.